everybody. I just finished a video on you are affirmations and why I believe they work better than I am affirmations. So you can take a look at that. I want to bring you in this video a deeper understanding to how to manifest the impossible, or how to give a command and things happen at your command. I just finished a position as an executive assistant in a private financial firm that was managing $4 billion. And at the time, I had no interest of going back to work. I had a little bit of money and I wanted to take some time for myself. 2 months into it, and 30 resumes that I put in on Indeed, I began to become anxious, and I said, gee, I do need a job. My friends kept telling me, did you get a job? Did you find a job? Why don't you look for a job? You know, jobs are hard to find. Well, in the course of 2 months, I had 2 interviews. And this particular morning I woke up, and a friend of mine was filling in application about 100 to 200 a day. I just don't know if that's even possible, but that's what he said. And in that moment I thought, well, gee whiz, I wasn't born for this. All I need is one job. Why do I have to apply to so many? I said, well, I know how to get myself a job. I know how to call in order to receive a job. I use the law of cause and effect. So I wake up this particular morning, aware and conscious that, oh, I need money, I need a job. And I said, that's it. I'm done. I've given enough. I've done what you asked of me. You told me to apply for jobs. I applied for jobs. It's time I receive a job. Yeah. Somebody's going to find my resume on their desk right now, and they're going to give me a job. When I said that, I saw this desk piled up with paper everywhere, and somebody, as if didn't see their face, but somebody was like sifting through the papers and pulling one out. When I did that, I dropped it. So when I dropped it, what happened was I went about my day, and 2 hours later, a recruiter calls me back and says, hey, Luminita, we haven't spoken in a long time. I have a job for you. A financial firm in Atlanta, they're managing $20 billion. They're looking for an executive assistant with your skills. I think you're perfect for this position. I said, great, I have a job. Well, a couple of days later, I end up in the interview. 3 hours in the interview, the HR lady slaps my arm and says, are you kidding me? I became friends with the HR lady, but we began to talk about personal things. I was very passionate about what I'm teaching right now. And she said, Luminita, I think you have a gift. Maybe you should start a business and do that instead, and maybe come in here and work. I mean, I would love for you to work. I think you're perfect for this position. But you may not be happy, because every time you talk about what you do, you seem like you light up. And I sit there and I think, gee, maybe I should start my business. Maybe I should do what I've been called to do. Nonetheless, this was my agreement with her, so I opened up my business. But the point that I want to bring out is this. Given it shall be given, or the more you give, the more you shall receive. It's misunderstood, because if you give more and receive more, it's as if tit for tat. More equals more. It's the same. So because my friend was filling out 200 applications, doesn't mean that he got the job. He was doing more, but it doesn't mean that he was receiving the job, right? It doesn't mean that there were people that were looking at him and saying, oh, I want you, and I want you, and I want you, and he had so many requests, or he was receiving jobs. He wasn't. The more he was doing, the less he was receiving. He was unaware of the law of the cause and effect. So, can you have something in your life that is dead, for example, or you think, I've done enough, like I'm completely exhausted of idea, of suggestions, of plans, of strategies, of money. I'm depleted of this and I'm depleted of that, and I've given this and I've given that, and I've got nothing left to give, right? We have that. We look at RSP and we think, well, I've done everything. I've done the best in that relationship and they're still rejecting me. Or I have given money to so many people and now I have very little, I have none left. Or I have given to my spouse, I've given to my children, I have got nothing. I have nothing left. That's not true. What you're saying is, I've learned how to give, but gee whiz, nobody taught me how to receive. I teach in SRCW, Revolution 2.0, business owners how to receive, how to go and seal, release, and collect their wealth. I teach about Potiphar's principle, or the principle of Potiphar. But in Manifest Without Money membership program, I do things in a more simplistic way. So we have been trained and conditioned on how to give. And when you feel like you didn't give enough, you wake up an hour earlier and you go to bed an hour later. And why do you do that? Because it's not what you do in the physical, it's what you do in the spirit, in the imagination that counts. You only receive that which you give yourself in the imagination. Now, the reason I did not receive that job, and it's not because I did not receive it, because I did receive it, I called it in. First of all, I didn't have to fill out 200 applications. That means I didn't have to give more. Second, I received it when I asked for it and I commended it, like Neville Goddard talks about, right? At your command. And thirdly, I did not take it because my heart was not in it. I was not into agreement with that. I was only into agreement with, yeah, I need a job. And so the job came, but I never followed through. And I am in this position, and I work this many hours, and this is how much I'm paid a month. I did not finish with that. The mouth speaks from the abundance of the heart. The heart is the subconscious mind, or where all your desires come from. If you don't have a desire for something, for someone, you are not going to speak of it. This is when we talk about gratitude, step number 5 in my program. You can't speak well of that. Gratitude is not just saying thank you, it's also speaking well. So if you don't speak well of that position or describe your position or your ideal job, you're not going to receive it. Also, you're not going to receive it if you don't agree with it. Yes, this is what I want. This is what's going to satisfy me. You're not going to receive it. You're going to receive as far as you go with the mouth. As far as you agree with the mouth. When I said somebody's going to call me today and give me a job, I did not say, and I'm going to be in this job, make this much money an hour, and I'm going to start this time. So what I gave command to came into my reality. My heart was not fully in it. So can you resurrect something? Yes. But don't stop in the middle. Say the full description. Describe, be grateful, or speak well all the way to the end. I want my SP to call me and say this. You can be that specific. In fact, I had a few texts today from people that I haven't heard for 2 days, and I thought, well, okay, I know the law of cause and effect. I can cause them to give me what I want. Sure enough, I don't even know how long it took, just a few minutes, and I've had these texts and calls, and because we are the cause and effect. Can you do that in business? Why not? Can you cause people to give to you? Why not? Can you call in your business clients and I was going to say coaches, clients and customers? Why not? Can you say today, I want to sell this, and this is what I want to have at the end of the day? Why not? You're the cause and the effect. You're the beginning and the end. If you don't see the end, that means you're not receiving it. You're leaving it up to chance. Just like I left this job up to chance. I didn't leave it up to chance. I just didn't want it. But it kind of illustrates how we receive as far as we allow ourselves to receive, to the depth that we allow ourselves to receive. The biggest problem that I find is that of inability to receive. We're not able. And we're not able because we are not allowing ourselves to imagine to the length of that, or we're not expanding the territory of our mind to that depth or as far as we want to. We put limitations. Limitations such as he said he doesn't want me, she said she doesn't want me. My boss said he will never do this. My accountant, my client said she has difficulties with money. It doesn't matter. You flip it, you're the cause and the effect. Oh, my client has the money. My client has the money. Oh, I am going to make this. By the end of the day, I am going to have this in my account. I talk about the power of rest and the Manifest Without Money membership program. That's a bonus at the end where I show you how to enter into this place of authority, where you say the word at your command and it's done. That's going from faith to faith. That means go from manifestation to manifestation. The purpose of having a coach and a mentor is because they keep you consistent in manifesting what you want, not what you hope to get. A coach and a mentor is someone that is ahead of you, someone that has been in the trenches where you are right now, sees the best in you, sees the higher version in you, sees that exceptional identity in you, meaning they see you already with the thing that you desire. And now what they're doing, they're bringing you into the submission or alignment with it so you can manifest it, because nobody can manifest it for you. You've got to manifest it for yourself. It's your faith that releases that to come in. It's your agreement with the thing you desire that releases it to come into your life, right? Everybody's faith releases out of the fourth dimension what you want. The fourth dimension has everything. And a coach and a mentor says, hey, step here, do this. Let's do it this way. That's the importance of having a coach and a mentor, because they see in you something you don't see in yourself. And they hold that vision, that higher vision of you, when you cannot hold it for yourself. Meaning your coach comes into agreement to hold that higher vision of you when you can't. That's why agreement is very important, because a coach and mentor knows that you cannot hold that vision for yourself. You're going to try, but you're going to fail, and you need somebody to hold you and to lift you up. And because you come into agreement with what they are going to help you, or the outcome, right? That's why you go to coaching and mentoring, because you're coming into agreement with the outcome of what the program is going to do for you. But when you feel like you're about to fail, or something doesn't happen your way, or it's not manifested yet, a coach and mentor says, remember, we came into agreement. You stay the course. This is what we do. This is how we do it. Imagine the times when you're alone and you don't have someone to be there for you. The middle of the night, the middle of the day. You're tired of going to your friends. You're tired of speaking and telling it to your spouse or your co-worker. You need that confidant. That's the agreement. So, thank you so much for watching. Nothing is impossible. If you think it's impossible, it's only thoughts of resistance towards that which you want. That's all there is. In the program, I teach you in the step number 3 and 4 how to eliminate and dissolve those resistant thoughts for good. It is possible. It's not just hearsay. It is possible, because once they happen, they will continue to stay. That manifestation will continue to stay in that way. It will stay, as you say, it will stay until you change it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. With much gratitude, this is Luminita. Bye now.